Hey guys, today I have an unbelievable story to share with you. It's both surprising and enraging to see someone able to do something like this, but don't worry because the ending is totally worth it. This is the story of a US soldier who gets cheated on by his wife while he is deployed to Iraq, and she keeps leeching off the paychecks he sends her. Real nice, huh? But then, sure enough, karma hits her pretty hard and she realizes the mistake she made. I gotta say, this guy was pretty smart in how he caught her having an affair, and his revenge is just really satisfying. The story is titled Revenge on Cheating Wife, Now Ex, as well as the karma that came afterwards. So I am in the army, and I was married. I was approaching my first deployment to Iraq. Okay, so the guy is definitely junk here. It was very stressful, and it had my wife wanting me to find a way to stay and not deploy. Obvious things any wife would try to talk about. Anyway, we have no kids, but both want them. So we talk about getting out of debt while I'm gone. She talked to her best friend back at home in another state where we are both from. Her friend agrees to let her move in and charge a modest $300 in rent so that we can get out of debt and start a family when I come back. A plan I was actually very pleased with. I deploy and she is there crying her eyes out, saying she will miss me and loves me and we will start a family when I get back. Everything okay until this moment, but surely enough, she started to feel a little bit lonely. Fast forward 2 months, she starts acting distant, not wanting to talk much on our scheduled calls or texting back with only one or two word answers. We've been together for 6 years. She has never been at a loss for words. Classic red flag. When someone starts behaving differently in a relationship for no reason at all, being distant, talking less, asking for privacy that wasn't requested before, dressing up for casual outings with friends, it starts to get pretty obvious. Just keep your eyes open. Anyway, one day she says, I need some space. She asks someone who is 10,000 miles away for space. I say, why? She says she just needs space. She wants to find herself. Of course she does. She has finally decided to dump her husband for another guy for sure. So I remember back when we lived at home, she had a guy who was always being borderline inappropriate. I'm not a very jealous person and I trust her, but I start seeing said guy in basically all the pictures she posts with a group. Every time he is in the picture, everyone else changes, but never him. So for the first time, I'm very jealous and uneasy about everything. So I clone her phone so I receive every text she receives as well as every text she sends. I'll never forget the first text I saw after cloning her phone. Hey babe, I'll see you after work. Want me to save you any of my leftovers? Sent from her to him. It destroyed me. I lost 35 pounds in a week. I didn't eat or sleep. I stared at the phone watching every conversation, watching them talk about trying to have a baby. Oh my god, such a disgusting woman. Besides the lying and cheating, she's actually trying to have a baby with another guy while her husband is in danger every day and trying to build a family with her. I swear some people just deserve the worst. Anyway, it was literally everything a married person fears. I mainly use T-Mobile's digit service to clone the phone. Google it, I don't feel like typing it. I asked her if she is seeing someone, and she says no, she isn't. She's taking care of herself and she loves me, blah blah. I don't say anything about me receiving her text for 2 more months. Wow, 2 months? I would have said something the first day. Maybe he was hoping she would come around, but remember, never take a cheater back. Over this time, she finally admits to cheating and that he is so much better than me at sex, treating her right, and he does what she wants. Man, what a bitch. During this time, she pays our debt off, gets tattoos with him, matching I love you tattoos, goes to shows with him, buys clothes, etc. with the money I'm making. Okay, remember the guy is 10,000 miles away in Iraq and can't do anything about it. Meanwhile, she is enjoying the good life with the other guy spending the checks, and it's not like he can divorce her while he is staying overseas. So this is where the revenge starts. As soon as I could, I put a freeze on the account for a month. In that time, I change every password to every account to things she won't guess. Army's lanterns. I block her on Facebook and my phone so she has no way to contact me. She lost her car to repossession a few months later, got kicked out of her place, and had to sell her pricey shoes and purses just to stay alive. I then find out she got a job at her old restaurant. So I post all the text conversations I had with her and the guy talking about having babies that have timestamps on them, as well as post conversations we had with matching timestamps, showing all of our friends what she has done. I then have friends call and complain at her job constantly about he and her. They work at the same restaurant, so I also have friends dine and dash. They both get fired. So she tries to call my command and tell them that I am abandoning her and that she can't provide for herself. My commander knows what is going on and does nothing because he had something similar happen to him. It's actually a pretty common situation for guys in the military to get cheated on. So at least he didn't get screwed from both sides, right? Then, about a month before I come back, she calls me from another number to tell me she's pregnant with his kid. Mind you, I'm still gone, so we cannot get divorced yet. She moved away with him 10 hours from me. Such a disgusting woman, for real. April 24, she calls me 5 months pregnant, crying uncontrollably, asking me where she should go. Apparently, they had a giant blow-up fight. She tells him she is leaving. She says she doesn't know where to go, and I simply say, sorry, not my problem anymore. I'm sorry, but this moment must have felt really satisfying. Fast forward to January of this year, she calls me from a mutual friend's phone. This is a conversation. She says, he hit me, I don't know what to do. Me, the guy, maybe you don't cheat on your husband when he is deployed for some guy who talks a big game. She, well, I guess you're happy about this. Me, no, but I'm glad I know I'm not the bad guy in this story. And then the next month, he's cheating on me with 2 girls. I'm sorry, I regret everything I did. I messed it all up. Me, yeah, you did. I realized I left out that we got divorced before the kid was born, so I have no financial responsibility to her and haven't for almost a year. Okay, at least something good came out of it. Imagine if he had to take care of the baby financially just because he was married to a cheating wife. There are a lot of stories of men getting screwed by women having kids with other men. All in all, this woman destroyed my life, put me into a deep depression I'm still dealing with, but I do feel a little better having proof that I wasn't the problem. To think if this happened even 10 or 5 years ago, I would have come back to an empty bank account, an empty house, as well as seeing my then wife pregnant with another man's baby. She actually hit me up yesterday to ask for some money to help cover rent. Obviously, I didn't help her. Good for you, man. He also added, to answer the question, no, I wasn't celebrating that she was physically abused. I did tell her to call the cops, but that's all I did. It's not right to abuse someone, but I also have no responsibility to watch out for her well-being anymore. Honestly, I think it was better for him to find out who she really was before starting a family with the wrong person. She totally deserved what happened to her, and ruining her life by having a kid with some douche might actually teach her some accountability. That in these days is so rare to find in a person. So that's the story for today. Honestly, I believe she did him a favor, and even if he can't see it right now, with time, I'm sure he will. Remember, if you know any great cheating or revenge stories, feel free to share them with me so I can get them covered as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.